In Sound Mind, which was made by the same people who made Nightmare House 2, came out a few days ago, and I played the game on stream. This is going to be a bit of a different video. I don't think I've ever done this before, where I basically do a review of a game. I've tried doing reviews before, but this time I'm actually going to stick to this because I actually decided I would do a review of this game. So the question is, how bad or how good is In Sound Mind? Well, I'm going to tell you in this video. When I started playing In Sound Mind, at first I was excited. I was very excited. I was thrilled, in fact. I can even prove it to you. I have a clip right here. Alright. We ready, guys? We ready? I'm ready. Oh, you guys are great. Alright. Alright. Here we go. Ta-da. Right. I had the graphics set, as you can see by this screenshot. I had the resolution. I was playing the game in window mode. Brightness turned up a bit because, I turned up the brightness. Overall quality is on high. VSync is off because who needs that? Texture quality is high because yes. Model quality high, yes. Also, there's a field of view marker here. Derek would be pleased. And the best part is that this field of view does not mess up the game, well, the character's, model at all. Actually, the field of view starts at 70. I moved it up to 90, although it doesn't show in the screenshot, but I actually moved it up to 90. The people who made this game, well, they're a very old studio, a very classic studio. They are the ones who made a old horror game called Nightmare House 2. I was literally watching a gameplay of Nightmare House 2, and then they put out this game the very next day. Yes, the people who made Nightmare House 2 made this game. This is their brand new game. You see why I'm so excited right now? So we're gonna play this, and I have no idea what to expect, alright?
They say curiosity killed the cat. I killed the cat. Curiosity only brought her to me.
Alright, how's it look, guys? Does it look good? Everything looks good? Do I need to turn up the gamma? I feel like I should turn up the gamma a little bit. Should I turn up the gamma or just keep it like this? As the game progressed, however, I would realize this game has a few problems. We're going to start with the bad and then move on to the good. That's what we're going to do in this video. We're doing the opposite. Because, my goodness, this game has a few problems. Direction. This game will literally drops you into into the thick of it. You're dropped without a flashlight in the dark. You're lost. You're not sure what to do. The game doesn't really tell you what to do or where to go. You kind of have to figure it out for yourself. This is a problem. A big problem. There were times throughout this game I got completely lost and turned around so many times. My viewers were even suffering. They're like, this is time consuming. I'm like, I know. I don't know where to go. There were times I was literally running in circles. And at one point I got so fed up I literally wanted to quit the game and just shelf it. But thankfully, one of my viewers came in clutch and helped me through a part. Thank you, Electrician Man. He is now on my Discord server. He's awesome. He actually is an electrician in real life. Platforming. There is so much platforming in this game. It is ridiculous. Don't put platforming in horror games. It's annoying, but I'm not kidding. You will literally be platforming more than anything in this game. And this problem is coupled with the fact that there is another issue in this game that makes platforming equally harder, and that is optimization. This game, at least for me, was badly optimized. Well, not badly optimized, but there were these lag spikes that would happen throughout the game, especially when I was platforming. It was horrible, awful, pain, suffering, agony. There were times I would be platforming, and then I would just appear in a different spot, or fall off altogether. It annoyed me. It was annoying. It was awful. Not to mention, there were times when you needed to do something, or be somewhere, or be in a specific, or just, run away from something, and that you would lag spike, and you'd be completely turned around, or in a totally different spot than you were altogether. And again, it's ridiculous. Also, please subscribe to this video. I'm not going to spoil this game, because despite all the bad, there are redeeming qualities about this game, but what I will tell you about is the good now. And the good is the story. The story is awesome. It's told through notes and voice recordings, and of course it is also told through the different enemies you deal with, and also is told through phone calls. You get called by this random bad guy throughout the game who basically is just chewing you out for something that happened, something you did that you are trying to piece together as you go. It's an amazing story. A story about forgiving yourself, about persevering, about facing your demons and conquering them. That's basically the story in overall format. But now we're going to move on to the enemies and mechanics of the game. So each enemy represents a patient you were with that you were trying to help out. Each of these enemies represents their worst selves. I'm not going to spoil the last final enemy, but I'm going to tell you about each of the others. Each of the enemies, the main enemies are your patients that you took care of and talked to. There are other enemies in this game though. You have your normal grunts, the things that chase you. They're silly, in my opinion. They are literally running lamp things with claws, and I just found them amusing and annoying at some points. The other enemy you get, of course, is the big gorilla enemy that also chases you and does, damage to the ground. Those are the two, grunt enemies that just, are just there to keep things moving. And they're fine. I have nothing much to say about them except that they can be annoying sometimes. The very first enemy, actual enemy you deal with is the Banshee. She works like SCP-087. The difference is that instead of you having to look at the enemy, at her, you have to not look at her. And the game will supply you with a shard of glass. And this glass is very important, because it actually will help you throughout the game to find and discover things that you can't normally see. It's an interesting little mechanic. I wish they did more with it, because there were times when it was very helpful and helped me figure out what I was supposed to do, and then there were times it wasn't helpful at all. You also get a pistol in this game. You have to put it together first. The game makes you go around and find the pieces. Thankfully, the game directs you where each piece is. It's like one piece is here, one piece is here, one piece is here, and you go and you find them, you put it together, boom, you have a pistol. And throughout the game, that's what you will use. You'll have a pistol, a shard of glass. Eventually, you'll even get a shotgun. Now, me, I didn't know when I could get the shotgun. I didn't know there was a shotgun. I was hoping there was a shotgun, because I had been using the pistol for 3 of the big enemies. 3 of them. And by the third, was it the third or was it the second? I think it was the third enemy. Yeah, because by the third enemy, you're supposed to have it, because there were shotgun shells everywhere. You also get a flare gun, a radio device. The second enemy literally is a smog monster that crawls after you on the ground. He's not scary at all. In fact, he's actually quite annoying. One of my viewers, in fact, was like, this was questioning why I wasn't that bothered by it at all. The smog monster is literally a mix between Hexes from Fern and Gully and Alan Wake, if they mash together. If you don't know who Hexes is, it's okay. I'm old. The third enemy is a rage-fueled deerhead skull that sounds like a motorcycle. This guy was probably the most annoying out of the bunch. Though his theme, it's freaking awesome. Have a listen.
Too much for one man. I'll come back for this if
Next, we're going to talk about the last enemy before the big boss fight. He reminded me literally of the Strider from Half-Life, only with 2 legs and a big sniper rifle. And I was like, this is fine. But overall, each of the enemies represents the worst of themselves, and the fact that you have to save them from themselves. You give each of them closure in your own way. And as you give them closure, you get closer and closer to the truth. Even when the phone call guy starts getting cranky at you, it's hilarious. I kept making jokes that he ought to pay my phone bill. The game has promise, and it is a good game. It's just not fantastic. That's what I'm trying to say. I know I've been chewing this game out about its platforming, but it was horrible. There is one mechanic I forgot to mention in game mechanics, and it's also a problem in this game, and that is the fact that the way you upgrade your stamina and your health and durability is with, well, pills. You find these different pills and different stuff throughout the game that basically help you run faster and longer and toughen you up and stuff. And it doesn't really send a good message, in my opinion, to the player. It feels like we're becoming addicted to that. And it doesn't feel good. It didn't feel good for me. I felt wrong, in a way, you know. So if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe, because there's always room for more. I'll see you all in the next video. And here's your second reminder to subscribe. I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everyone.